NFL football, Jay, did not disappoint. And we start with everybody's favorite
America's team,
who we always expect to end up going off the rails. Starts out good, then it becomes a train wreck. It's what we're used to. It's what the fans are used to as well. But apparently that has not been happening, Jay, because you had the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas yesterday against their division rival, the New York Giants, and they took care of them handedly, 44-20 to go to 4-1. Dak, impressive as always in this game, 22 of 32, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. Zeke is back to prime steak Zeke. prime steak, 21, 110, and 1 touchdown. And the Giants, the nightmares just kept piling on top of each other. You had injuries to Daniel Jones, who was getting to work before he got injured in this game. Yet Saquon Barkley go out with a bad low ankle sprain, as well as Kenny Golladay hurt his knee at some point and didn't come back after halftime. So either way, they would have lost the game. Dallas would have took care of them anyway. So anyhow, with that, Dallas moving to 4-1, looking like one of the best teams in the NFC. Jay, this run of success, even going back to the Bucs game where they were in that game, had opportunities to win it. Do you believe that this early season success in Dallas is sustainable throughout the season?
Jimmy, I said this about the Cowboys from the beginning of the season. I had one concern. Their defense, because I did not know their defense was atrocious last year. And even though I enjoyed what I saw on Hard Knocks, I did not know if this Dallas defense was going to be for real. Oh, my God, they're for real. They're for real. So through week 4 on DVOA, they're the second best team in the NFL, DVOA-wise, with a 10th-ranked defense. I would have never guessed the Cowboys had that good of a defense, period. Little Diggs.
He ain't Little Diggs no more.
He ain't Little Diggs no more. And he did some things out there that made me jump. So I'm going to say this. Yes, I do think that it's fair to say that this is sustainable for them. This is who the Cowboys are. That interception that he got, someone I was reading, of course, online, and someone was going at him like, he was basically beat on that. The pass was bad and blah, blah, blah. And there was a reply underneath that made a point that I did not realize. The way Nick Saban does with corners, because remember, when Trayvon Diggs went to Alabama, he was a wide receiver. He moved him to corner, and Trayvon Diggs said he cried about it. He was upset that he got moved to corner. Called his brother. His brother said, just show out, you'll be fine. Now he's considered a top 5 corner in the league right now. What Nick Saban always does is that he likes his corners to give a little bit of space to the receiver so he can suck them up and go ahead and basically bait the quarterback into a play. That's what Diggs has been doing this season. He's baiting quarterbacks into throwing passes they shouldn't throw, sucking up, getting those interceptions, which now he leads the league in because he has 6 now in the first 5 games, which is ridiculous. I didn't think the Cowboys defense would get these turnovers because the offense was never a problem. We knew the offense was going to be what it was when Dak is healthy. This defense, oh yeah, they are a force, and I think I'd be concerned if I was anybody in the NFC. You think that they're for real? Think this is sustainable?
Well, Jay, I'll put it to you this way. I'm very disappointed in you right now.
Wait, what?
I'm incredibly disappointed in you, and this is the reason why. You picked Dallas to go to the NFC Championship.
I did.
I thought you were crazy. I thought you were certifiably having a mental breakdown and that I was going to have to save you from the inevitability of the collapse like I do with a lot of Dallas Cowboys fans. So why you didn't bring that up, that you were literally on them before the season started, I have no idea. That you will not take this opportunity, and I know it's early in the season, but still, this is sustainable, but take this opportunity to receive your flowers and take your victory lap ahead of time because I totally missed it. So you are correct. Yes, this is sustainable. When you look at their season up to this point, every single game, when you look at every performance, you look at every unit, you look at every game, they've been really good. I can't think of a game where anyone is targeted and said that unit was terrible or that half was terrible. They've played really good, consistent football. And if you had like some sort of, if there were like a word associated, if we did one word on the Cowboys, the words that would come up would be solid, consistent, stable, mature.
Stability, something they've never really had before. Yes.
Maturity and balanced. Balanced on both sides of the ball. So I think that is sustainable because what they're doing is working. They've got a formula. It's like the team is in just the right sort of psychological state of mind, the right culture.
Space, yes.
Yeah, everything is as it needs to be. And this is what they've been trying to get this team to for quite some time. I do credit Dan Quinn a lot with what is happening with the defense, because we always knew that they had talent. They always drafted defense as well. It's just something was missing schematic-wise. So far, he seems to have fixed that. Now, obviously, it helps when you have a superstar like Trayvon Diggs and an emerging superstar like Micah Parsons on that side of the ball.
Jabril Cox is looking actually a lot better.
Yeah,
than
and you haven't even gotten
play.
You haven't even gotten Tank Lawrence back. No. He's not going to disrupt anything because he has one job: attack the quarterback, stop the run on the way there.
Hey, coach, do we have a plan of attack? Yes, I have a plan. Attack. No, so you made a good point, and this is the reason why I'm not asking for my flowers yet. I need to see this a little bit more to fruition.
True.
Josh Allen said this after their victory, and we'll talk about them in a minute. He said that this is only 5th week in the season. There's still more work to do. There's still more things to go. There's actually still more things that could go wrong for this team. But if this team can stay the way they are today, yes. Who was I on early and why I was on this team so early? Dan Quinn. I know everyone hated him in Atlanta. I did too, because I don't think he's a good head coach. I think he's a fantastic defensive coordinator, especially when he's only focused on one thing. That Atlanta defense, they had moments. They had a lot of shining moments, but it's Atlanta. That's who they are. That's what they do. But bringing him to Dallas and actually giving them a better identity on the defensive side, especially with Diggs, bringing a young, because this is only a second year in, bringing that young corner saying, hey, man, take a few risks here and there. I don't mind it. It's not going to be a bad thing for us. Do that. That, to me, jumps out big for what the Cowboys can do. So I'm excited about that.
I mean, so with that real quick, like since we're talking about the coaching and how, at least on the defensive side of the ball, that's influenced this rise that Dallas is on, how much of the credit do you think Mike McCarthy deserves for what's happening? Because this is a name I have not heard come up when it comes to discussing the early season success of the Cowboys. So how much is this does he deserve? I'm
gonna give McCarthy like 5%. I'll give him 10%, and this is why he assembled the staff. But no, because I'm being honest. They already had a loaded offense. Their offensive line was already good when he got there. The issue they had last year is Dak got hurt, who is the centerpiece of all this. And I think Dak's a different breed of quarterback in this league. I think he's up there. I mean, Dominic Foxworth for ESPN on The Undefeated wrote an article about how Dak is better than Tom Brady statistically in the way he plays right now in his career. And the one thing I see about Dak is that he commands the offense. He controls the offense. Everyone likes Dak. He builds something that Tony Romo could not build with that team. People love Dak. They love playing for Dak. That's important. And McCarthy didn't walk in. The reason why I can give him 10% is not only he assembled the roster, he didn't go in there to disrupt it. He understands the hierarchy, the system, the setup, and he's cool with it. As the season goes on, he'll get more credit because if he doesn't disrupt this, if he keeps this going, Zeke, power offense, going back to he's doing the opposite of what Jerry Jones wants from this team. And I appreciate someone that will walk in there and say, hey, man, I know you want us to play like the Chiefs. We're not playing like the Chiefs. We're the Dallas Cowboys. And I love it.